The question of the day shouldn't be if Morbius literally sucks or not. The real question of the day is, which version of Spider-Man will be in Morbius' universe, or in this case, the Venom-Verse? Look, I'm not going to bother for a review on Morbius because Sony's plans are never going to work. I get that in order for them to keep the rights, they have to keep making Spider-Man films, and that they want to establish these villains with solo films in the same way that Marvel kind of did. But the key difference is that those solo films that Marvel made weren't based on villain spin-offs, leading to an Avengers type of film. The issue is that if you don't have Spider-Man involved, and it only focuses on the villains, you're gonna have a serious problem and a real risk. And there are some exceptions, which are the really popular villains like Venom and the Joker, for example, that can work without Batman or Spider-Man. Why? Because they're top-selling comic villains. And that's the main reason as to why Venom succeeded on its own without Spider-Man involved, and also as to why the Joker film also did the same thing, and also the main reason as to why Spider-Man 3 made so much money opening weekend, because everybody wanted to see fucking Venom. Loki villains and characters like Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, and Man Web, they will not fucking sell, especially if they don't feature Spider-Man. And at this point, the Venom-Verse is nothing but fucking clickbait. I mean, it's very confusing. Look, Venom, along with Morbius, teased Sam Raimi's version of the Daily Beagle, the logo. Morbius also featured Tom Maguire's version of Spider-Man in the trailer in the graffiti when Morbius was walking, but it wasn't in the film. They also teased Andrew Garfield's version of Spider-Man with Oscorp Tower, but that wasn't in the film either. They even teased Tom Holland's Spider-Man with Michael Keaton's version of the Vulture, whose character is from the MCU. As to how he ended up in the Venom-Verse, I will reveal later. Look, at this point, no one has a fucking clue as to which version of Spider-Man is in the Venom-Verse, which is seriously pissing off the fan base that's already fucking impatient. Can you blame them? This has been going on for fucking years already. But the director of Morbius did confirm that Sony will soon reveal the answer to that very confusing question. Especially with what's going on with Morbius right now, they gotta fucking come up with something. And I know a lot of people are stating that the end credit scenes are the worst they've ever seen, but trust me, I've seen way fucking worse. And that also this film is the worst comic film they've ever seen. But honestly, I heard the same shit about Eternals, and the film wasn't that bad. I could see as to why people weren't that excited or that enthusiastic about the outcome of the film, because it really wasn't that interesting, but it wasn't garbage. I've seen garbage, and trust me, those films aren't it. And look, Morbius wasn't that bad. I've seen worse comic films. I really have. Okay? I know you all have as well. And the only bad thing really was the fast, sloppy CGI fight scenes, which was hard to keep up with, but the plot and story wasn't as complicated as majority were stating. It was pretty simple. And the end credit scenes weren't that bad. It just didn't make any sense. It involved Michael Keaton's the Vulture from the MCU. And the thing is that the director and Sony already spoiled this online, which sucks. That the reason why Adrian Toomes ends up in that universe is from the purple rift in the sky from the events of Spider-Man No Way Home that sends him to a prison in the Venom-Verse. He gets set free, which concludes the first end credit sequence, and then it continues on to the second end credit sequence where he meets up with Morbius at the end while he drives to a location, stating that the reason he is there must be Spider-Man's fault, so why not build a team? Sort of like how they ripped off the end credit scene from Iron Man, where Nick Fury approaches him and asks Tony Stark to be part of the team. Now the question is, why in the fucking hell would Morbius give two shits about the Vulture arriving in his universe and what his issues with Spider-Man, who he never even fucking met yet? That's why it's fucking sucks and it's confusing. And there were a lot of rumors that there's a new Vulture suit, but it kind of looks the same to me, especially with the mask. As to how he got his suit there, I don't know. The director said something about like how he's crafty or smart or something. He made his own. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Look, I enjoyed this film more than Venom Let There Be Carnage. I really did. And everyone's making complaints that it wasn't as fun as the Venom films, but look, Morbius isn't supposed to be humorous and shouldn't have the same fucking tone. And look, to me, Carnage seemed very cartoonish to me. I love Woody Harrelson, but that shit was garbage. And the film should have been rated R, and the fact that they actually killed off his character pissed me off even more. And I actually enjoyed the first Venom film the most. Like I said, people have a difference of opinion. Some people really loved the sequel, but I just thought that, listen, look, I've been reading the comics for a long time. I know how crazy Carnage can get. He's a fucking serial killer, and they turn him into a serial fucking clown. That's all it was for me, you know? So, what I do want to talk about right now is which version of Spider-Man is in the Venom-Verse for my fan supporters only. So if you want to watch the rest of this video, also just let me know in the comment section on what you actually thought of the film, and if you agree or not that making Spider-Man villain spin-off films about the characters' involvement with low-key Spider-Man characters and villains is a bad idea. It really fucking is. People got lucky with fucking Venom, but like I said, it's a top-selling comic character. Same thing with the Joker. You can't do that shit with any other villains. People are just not gonna be interested. Like if they did a solo spin-off film of the Green Goblin, people would watch that shit because, you know, it's fucking interesting. It's the Green fucking Goblin. But not these low-key characters and villains. It's just not gonna fucking happen. So Sony's just, I understand what they're trying to do, but honestly, it's not gonna work without Spider-Man. It's just not. You know?
Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot.